It's very easy to spend a lot of money on graphics cards these days. They're almost always the priciest component inside any PC, so it's important to invest in something that's not only fast today, but can last for long into the future. One of the cards that fits this criteria really well is the Sapphire NITRO Radeon RX 7900 GRE. I really like Sapphire's cards because they're all built really well, and the Nitro Plus cards are built like tanks. The PCB itself has plenty of fuses and protectors to prevent the card from becoming unusable in the event of a power surge. The entire card feels like it's made of metal, but it's just the backplate. The shroud itself is made of a very sturdy plastic and feels unbreakable. There are 3 fans cooling everything, and Sapphire has made them easily swappable by using magnetic connectors rather than long, flimsy cables. On the side, there are 2 8-pin connectors for power, a V-BIOS switch, and a long strip RGB LED, which can be controlled via software. The Nitro Plus RX 7900 GRE is also quite a big card, so it may not be an easy fit in smaller cases. The card is 320mm long and 122mm tall, so you'll need quite a lot of clearance inside your PC case. It's also a true triple-slot card, which means it doesn't spill into the 4th slot, so you can comfortably plug in other components. Looks aside, this is a really powerful card, with quite a versatile range in various applications. It's squarely a 1440p GPU, but if you want to try some 4K gaming, you can expect 60 FPS in pretty much any title without ray tracing. Cyberpunk 2077 runs at 60 FPS in 4K at high settings, but make sure to have smart access memory enabled in your BIOS. I think the RX 7900 GRE is really interesting, and it basically throws a wrench in Nvidia's perfectly oiled machine. They want to charge quite a lot for an RTX 4070 Super with just 12GB of VRAM. The older RTX 4070 has a much better chance against the 7900 GRE when it comes to price to performance, but it's still going to be tough to justify paying nearly $500 for a 12GB card. The only GPU that matches or beats the RX 7900 GRE in specs and performance is the RTX 4070 Ti Super. I've recommended that GPU for those who need to run applications that work best with Nvidia, but at $800, it's too much money when the RX 7900 GRE is not only competitive in gaming, but also performs well in a lot of productivity apps. In pure rasterization, the RX 7900 GRE matches the much more expensive RTX 4070 Ti Super. On average, it's about 5% slower for 25% less price. Of course, ray tracing is still Nvidia's forte, and even the RTX 4070 can match or surpass the RX 7900 GRE. However, it isn't quite as bad as it may seem. For example, at the same settings with ray tracing turned on, the RTX 4070 Ti Super can generate around 90 FPS in Cyberpunk 2077 at 1440p with DLSS. The RX 7900 GRE manages to get above 60 FPS on average with FSR and is perfectly playable. Even the RX 7800 XT has enough horsepower to run games well with ray tracing on at 1440p, so the RX 7900 GRE can deliver even better performance with no issue whatsoever. Even for AI applications, 3D modeling, and video editing, you can have a super powerful PC for around $1,000. In conclusion, if you're looking to stick with a GPU for the next 5 years, the Sapphire NITRO Radeon RX 7900 GRE is hard to beat. While most 7900 GREs are near the $500 price point, the Sapphire NITRO Plus variant is worth paying extra for a sturdy body. To sum up, what I like is that it's great at 1440p even with ray tracing, the 16GB VRAM buffer, and the fuses and protection on the PCB. On the downside, it's large. Ratings: PCB design, 9 out of 10. Performance, 9 out of 10. Aesthetics and cooler design, 9 out of 10. Value for money, 8.5 out of 10. For an overall rating of 9 out of 10.